New York City, where ambition meets ruthless competition. It's a place that beckons the brave. And this July weekend, the AVP League answers the call with a marquee matchup. A border brawl between North America's preeminent powers. On one side, the northern shine of Olympic silver, and on the other, the southern heat of the world's best. It's a continental collision live from New York City. Welcome to the AVP League. The progressive AVP League from the Big Apple. New York serving as the center of the sporting world this weekend. And in the midst of the frenzy, the city's greatest escape hosts week 6 of the AVP League and one of the sport's best rivalries. 4 Olympians ready to take the sand. The Austin Aces sitting undefeated, Brasher and Cruz facing off against the Palm Beach Passion at 5-2. North America's 2 top teams and our 2 top teams in the AVP League. Hello everyone, Cameron Irwin alongside the Olympic gold medalist Rich Lamborn, and this is a rivalry born back in 2022. What would you say defines who walks away victorious?
Well, as boring as it may sound, execution is the name of the game. Not only in your side-out game, but kind of who can concoct a strategy and implement it at the highest level against their opponent. That's going to be who comes out victorious today.
We talk about victories. Well, last year, almost to the day, this same matchup took place, and it was all about the Austin Aces. A 3-set victory. 12 of their 21 matchups have gone to 3 sets. It was all Mel and Brandie in the first. So impressive. And then next thing you know, the Austin Aces able to hold Humana-Paredes to just 150 in terms of her offensive numbers. How did they get it done?
Yeah, well, again, that was that strategy that they implemented so well. We know about the defensive prowess of Kristen, Cruz, and that's going to be on full display again here today. The defenders are going to have to be big offensively for both sides in order to be victorious in this heated rivalry. So
much respect in this rivalry. That closed out 15-12 in favor of the Austin Aces. A time now for the Selkirk rivalry recap. 14-7 TKN over that of the Palm Beach Passion. They've won 6 of the last 7, but the one everyone circles is the 2024 Olympic Games under the Eiffel Tower. These 2 teams faced off, and the Palm Beach Passion knocked out Team USA on their way to this silver medal. How much will that sit with you?
Yeah, well, if you have to win just one, that's the one you want to win, right? But it does not sit right with the Austin Aces. Taryn and Kristen constantly looking for redemption for that loss. As you mentioned, 6 of the last 7 they have taken, and you got to think that that factors into that streak.
Like Argentina, Team Canada brought the fan base as we look now to the Austin Aces. This is a duo that has truly taken a bet on one another. When they made their professional debut, people questioned whether they were able to stay together if they compete at that next level. They've answered the call for the last 4 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Quite quickly, as a matter of fact, reaching the pinnacle of the world, #1 ranked in all of the world of beach volleyball currently.
Well, let's take a look at these 2 competitors. It's Taryn Brasher and Kristen Cruz, formerly Taryn Cloth and Kristen Nuss. Your favorite TKN, they are now TKN Nation, bringing some of the best volleyball from the sands of Louisiana right here to New York City. The 6'4" blocker, Taryn Brasher, out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. She's got a contact point most can only dream of. Speaking of dreaming, a look at the Olympian, Kristen Cruz, an unparalleled first step, some of the best reaction time you will ever see. It actually is faster than that of Jamar Chase, fellow LSU Tiger. They call her the Magician because she is simply magic on the court. One of the winningest pairs from the collegiate ranks. Brasher and Cruz now on the AVP League. On the opposite, the reigning silver medalists, winners of Canada's first ever beach volleyball medal. York University's finest, and these 2 fly higher than most.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Brandie's the premier blocker in the world. of beach volleyball, and she's got a tremendously skilled world champion defender behind her just to shore up the defense.
One of the best teams in transition, thanks to that of Melissa Humana-Paredes out of Toronto, Canada. She's already smiling, but guess what? She'll slice you up with that smile just the same. She's got elite hands and playing for the first time since her injury in week 3 in Miami. Back on the AVP now. 33 years of age and a force to be reckoned with. A member of Team Canada alongside her partner and Brandie Wilkerson. Team Canada has traveled, I'll tell you that much. They've come right on down the board to support this crew, and especially this woman right here. She stands at 5'10", but she has a reach of 6'2", one of the most explosive blockers and attackers in the world. She started her beach volleyball journey at just 21 years of age, originally out of Lucerne, Switzerland. Now 34 years old. And I'll tell you one thing, she's got more spring than the season itself. You gotta watch out when she's up there at the net. I mentioned Melissa's injury in week 3. For more on that, here's two-time Olympian Kevin Barnett.
Cameron, over the course of a long career, every athlete learns just how close they are to a potential recovery process. You could be one move at an inopportune moment away from months of rehab. For Melissa Humana-Paredes, one of those challenges arrived in Miami. In a seemingly innocuous move to her right to make a routine defensive play, she went down, injuring her right hip, a slight subluxation. She tried to play in the remainder of that match, could not. She thought she could play the following week, could not. She ended up toward a short rehab process. Fortunately, red light therapy, all sorts of modalities employed, while Brandie Wilkerson went 2-1 with 2 different replacements. With Mel back in the pair who made the finals last season, they faced their toughest test in the AVP League. Match 1 today, it appeared Mel the Magnificent was back 9 digs, hit 667 in that 2-set victory. Brasher and Cruz, they are underwater against them. 0-2 is today passion perfect.
From the first whistle, the line between rivalry and respect now blurred. Cut and dug. Net violation from the Austin Aces. They have struggled in set 1, specifically here in New York.
Yeah, I feel like that's obviously not a hallmark, but it's something that we see a lot out of them. I feel like they kind of play this long game in matches. There's this feeling out period where they're just sort of learning what you want to do on any given day and then reacting accordingly.
They had 4 matches in the state of New York last year as Melissa Humana-Paredes finds a scoop. Brasher with a chance. Slicing and dicing from the right side. But for the Austin Aces, it is now 5 straight matches in the state of New York, trailing all the way back to 2025, that they have dropped the first set and then ultimately won in a 3-set victory.
Yeah, again, they're just so good at making real-time adjustments. They don't get rattled if they drop a set. Their task is still the same, win 2 sets.
Will they be able to get it done against Team Canada and the Palm Beach Passion? Another quick touch. You said this is going to be defined by the defenders. Right now, they're on full display. Hands from Cruz and the force from Brasher.
Well, you talked about her contact point when attacking the ball, and there was a nice look at it. Pretty far off the net and still teeing off against the retreating Brandie. Here's a look at Mel scooping yet another ball. That's already 3 or 4 she's got early on. Here's a look at that swing from Brasher. And a good job working that to the line side.
To your point, Humana-Paredes already at 3 digs. Working those numbers up earlier in today's matchup, she had 9. And a 2-set victory. Beautiful touch from Brasher. Humana-Paredes. It's rare to see Kristen Cruz not able to find the high line.
Indeed it is. High line has to be extra high against the likes of Brandie Wilkerson, however.
TKN coming off a 3-peat on one of the most prestigious international tournaments. Stade, Switzerland. They have taken home the cowbell 3 straight years. As Cruz finds the recovery. Looking for the jumbo. Her best ball.
Yeah, that was a great shot, perfectly executed. Mel had a good break on it, but that's so difficult to turn and chase backwards. Yeah, we used to refer to our own Casey Patterson as the Stad God. I think Taryn and Kristen, rightfully the Stad goddesses now after a three-peat in that beautiful Swiss city.
They've also won 3 of their last 5 international events. A remarkable feat. 31-1 in the last year as a team, TKN. Four to 2 mark. We play sets to 15, and it's a best of 3 competition.
Yeah, well, you heard Taryn say in the audio at the beginning of the broadcast that they always expect to go 3 with this team. Anytime teams are this evenly matched, it is hard to win in straight sets.
Back and forth, the battles have gone. Palm Beach Passion now at the service line. Brandie Wilkerson awaits. Utilizing short serve here against Kristen Cruz. Pulling out the pause is Wilkerson. What a delivery.
Yeah, indeed. I like that strategy from Palm Beach. Trying to shorten the approach of Kristen. She's obviously, you know, we talk about her size. She's incredibly speedy and incredibly crafty, but she needs a little bit of a run-up to try and maximize her physicality offensively. If Palm Beach can minimize that, that works in their favor.
Tight ball, that spells trouble. Brandie Wilkerson high above the net.
Yeah. Talked about the contact point for Taryn Brasher, but Brandie with the 6'2" wingspan is no slouch in that department, as you see right there, up over the top.
We talked to both Melissa and Brandie, and they noted playing against this duo at TKN as one's fended off short here. Good set. What a touch. Not enough control, though, from Kristen Cruz, but specifically they discussed how different these 2 teams are. Explain how the strategy varies from one side to the other.
Well, you know, Mel and Brandie on the side of the Palm Beach Passion are going to have a little bit more structure. They've got Fiapo and Marcio, the Brazilian brain trust, in their box. And that means it's going to be very regimented, the way they play defense. They're going to have a set idea of what they want to do and go out and try and execute. Whereas the Austin Aces, Taryn and Kristen, are a little more read heavy. Both of their sort of volleyball IQs, and certainly that of Kristen Cruz, is so high level. They want to give her the freedom to react to what she sees and just go get digs.
Yeah, we talked about just that first step. She truly trusts it. Sits in the pocket just a hair longer than most as she misses the serve there. It was a 4-0 run for the Palm Beach Passion. Finally slowed by that of Austin. TKN, we mentioned, coming off their victory in Switzerland. They said they found a new lightheartedness. Trying to find their favorite songs to jam out to week in and week out, as here's a full send. Brasher using the length of the court, hammers. Deleting the dig is Brasher yet again. Got it.
That is a tremendous rally all the way around. Great digs on the side of the Palm Beach Passion. That last pull dig from Taryn Brasher, phenomenal as well. Yeah, it's, you know, if this team is searching for lightheartedness after all the winning they do and they're able to find it, that is trouble for the rest of the world. One of the elements, perhaps the inclusion of Smart Science Ed Keller, out there traveling the world, helping them warm up and such, bringing the good vibes.
Kristen was replaying Puerto Rico, and right now she's looking real solid, 7 apiece. Taryn Brasher, she's all about girls. Asked her if that was an off-campus reference, and she said, well, it's been all over Instagram. Not at 7 apiece. Challenging Humana-Paredes. Absolute precision from the Palm Beach Passion. They earn the 1-point advantage heading to the end change. We knew it was going to be a war, and so it is.
is going to move on to the finals. You ready? You ready, ladies? We're going to meet the name of the winner only, and then we're going to hand it up a little bit. The line over there, you'll figure it out. Here we go. Head on the mat, bat on the ground. In 3, 2, 1, dizzy. Get that head on the bat, ladies. Head on the bat. There you go. Good form, good form. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! For the win, yes! Well done. Great job, young lady. Great job, young lady. And you'll be sticking with me right here. Here we go, yep. All right, boys, we got 2 contestants. Well, we got 3 contestants because intern Jack is begrudgingly playing Dizzy Man. Yes, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and Dizzy. Uh-oh, don't trip on the wire, Jack. Did he sign the waiver also? Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Look. Out of, by default, both of you went early, so Jack.
This CBS Sports Spectacular AVP League Central Park on CBS Sports is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. It's easy to bundle your home and car insurance at Progressive.com. And by Selkirk, the leading high-performance pickleball paddle brand backed by the pros. We are Pickleball.
Sand, Steel, and Skyline, and some of beach volleyball's most elite, the Austin Aces and the Palm Beach Passion, fighting for AVP League wins and fighting in one of the best rivalries in the game. For more on that, let's hear from the 4 Olympians.
Mel and Brandie, always a battle with them.
We love this battle. I think people are excited to watch it, and we're happy to hear that because we're excited to play it. I mean, it's these kind of games that make you better, make you stronger. No matter the win-loss, there's always lessons to be learned, and I think we help each other grow.
I feel like we have played them 1,001 times, and we always say when we shake hands at the net, we're like, it's probably going 3 because we just know it's going to be a dogfight, a battle every single point. They're a tough physical team. Brandie obviously at the net, and then if you do get it past Brandie, you have to get it to the sand against Mel. So that's a tough combination.
We know it's going to be quick burst of energy, and we only have to hold it for 15 points. So we just want to put everything out there and just battle, take care of our side, and do the foundations really, really well.
No doubt the foundation set with these 2 teams. Melissa Humana-Paredes, Brandie Wilkerson, both 2-time Olympians with their sights set to LA 2028. Right now they have the 1-point advantage in set number 1. Cameron Irwin alongside Rich Lamborn. dug up, and here comes the southpaw with force.
That is a tremendous chase down from Brandie Wilkerson. The degree of difficulty is kind of hard to describe. Running backwards. Fortunately, she's left-handed there, goes to the strong hand. And then a wonderful set and put away there for the Palm Beach Passion. Stave off another real point for the Aces.
Tied up like we'd expect, 11-all. Option. Another straight shot from Brasher.
Louisiana thumping.
I like that. Pretty sure you can find that on Coconut Beach. Every serve thus far from the Austin Aces has gone to Melissa Humana-Paredes. That time, Brandie steals one. The short poke back to the line.
Yeah, I like that a lot from Brandie, poaching in the middle a little bit, trying to alleviate some pressure on her partner, who's playing and siding out well. But, you know, it is hard to be the one that has to carry the entirety of the offensive load.
Little side swipe from the service line. Cruz. It's rare that she goes too sharp.
Indeed, you heard her talk about, though, the difficulty in facing the Palm Beach Passion, and that Brandie big at the net. And if you manage to work it by her, you got to deal with Mel in the backcourt, trying to chop off just a little too much, perhaps, that time.
Just the first error for Cruz. She's 5 of 14. Cruz has seen every serve. This time to the option. Explain on two.
Well, that's, you know, a position where Taryn can either go with it on two with the attack like she did there, or she can set that ball up for Kristen, who's going to be ready to attack. And it kind of keeps the block and the defense guessing.
Another quick scoop. And too much heat from Kristen Cruz.
Yeah, strategically, I like what Palm Beach has going right now. The second the ball's not relatively close to the net for Kristen Cruz, Brandie is peeling off the net in a hurry to try and get in defensive position.
Now it's set point for the Palm Beach Passion. No option here. Brandie races to the net. Is it out of bounds? Good follow from Melissa Humana-Paredes. Set one belongs to the Palm Beach Passion. The fellas are throwing punches.
Yeah. A couple of Hawaiians going after it on the sideline, cheering on their respective women's teams.
Each franchise is one women's and one men's pairing. They are surely cheering on their teams. Taryn Brasher, Kristen Cruz, Melissa Humana-Paredes, and Brandie Wilkerson. The battle continues on the other side of this break. Austin and Palm Beach.
Yes. Switching generations. Let's go. Volleyball's ready for this one.
Who has been impressive in set number 1? Well, how about Melissa Humana-Paredes? Let's take a look at the progressive performance, and it's all Melissa on the digs. I mean, this package could just continue to roll. She had 8 total digs in that first set. Just an impressive mark. Started off hot with 4. As you can see into the box now, Fiapo in the mix. At 6 kills, 1 error, 8 digs for the progressive performance. Rich, when you take a look at this margin, just 2 points in set number 1, not surprising whatsoever. What's the response on the other side of the net for TKN?
Yeah, I think it's just cleaning up some of the mistakes, right? We saw Kristen make a couple of hitting errors late, missed the cut shot into the net, missed the final one wide, and that was really kind of the whole difference, right? Both teams back and forth pretty equally, but they just got to execute a little better.
Up next, 2 cities, 2 leagues, 1 stacked afternoon. First, the Big 3 brings the fire to Chicago. Then the W is up as the Sky head to Atlanta to take on Angel Reese and the Dream. It's all coming up next on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. From Chicago, you got Atlanta, and we've got New York City. Nothing quite like it. Some of the most iconic destinations can be found right here on the Progressive AVP League. Just the 6th week of action in our 8-week regular season. Chicago awaits. Quick tempo for Cruz. That's a changeup.
Yeah, indeed, but Mel starting off where she left off set number 1 with a dig and a put away.
Right back to it. Brasher and Cruz have had quite the weekend here in New York. It all started actually with a little ESPYs destination. Caught up with them. They had so much fun. I asked Taryn Brasher her favorite part and who she was most excited to see. She said Will Ferrell was up on screen. She also said she loves Fernando Mendoza, and I'm like, I can get behind that too. New quarterback for the Raiders, but there was some discussion about dress length between that of Taryn Brasher and Kristen Cruz. She said she bought thousands of dollars worth of dresses just to find one that would be long enough. Kristen Cruz walked into a boutique in Louisiana, and the first one she tried on, it worked. She goes, that's our partnership, as she earns a block right there. Nice controlled touch. Can't control that one.
Yeah, that's a little bit of an early pull, perhaps, from Taryn there.
The Austin Aces lost set number 1 last year in New York. And when they played this
Great timing on this block touch. Taryn, you can see Brandie with a good set and a wide open net is a recipe for success for Palm Beach more often than not.
The numbers for Brandie Wilkerson, without a doubt, impressive in set number 1. She was 5 of 7, 0 errors. Cruz takes a knee. Crosses it up.
Now you can see that whole strategy is going to be big for Palm Beach. There, Brandie dropping into the angle again. Kristen seeing it this time, though, had a good set, good opportunity to be aggressive on that swing.
The Austin Aces looking for a response here in set number 2. They've struggled in first sets. Like we mentioned, they're 7 and 13 in first sets, but seconds and thirds, 22 and 8 overall. The tide completely shifts.
And you see them trying to ramp up the service pressure just a little bit, which I think they need to do. Palm Beach have been pretty comfortable in their side-out game thus far.
So many teams look to shoot around the big block of Brandie Wilkerson as they do there. Fantastic touch and turn. That ball right on the line.
And again, Mel painting the sideline in transition. Watch her patience defensively, knowing that with the big blocker in front, Kristen's going to have to adjust the trajectory of her shots a little bit. Give Mel an extra half beat or so to run those shots down, so she's remaining patient before she makes her move.
Straight back to the sand. You think about the journey for TKN. Just 4 years ago, they shared one bedroom, they had 2 queen beds pushed up against the walls, and 2 years later they became Olympians, chasing their dreams from the sands of LSU to right here on the AVP League.
If you stay at Coach Drew Hamilton's house, do you have to wear Jordan cargo shorts?
I think without a doubt. And slides, right?
Slides.
Drew Hamilton, the coach for the Austin Aces. For sure watching, tuning in from Louisiana. Doesn't typically travel with this duo. They like the management on their side of the net. They have to make their own adjustments mid-game.
Yeah, one of the more unique pairings. I mean, the #1 team in the world without a doubt, but they live and train in Louisiana, which is kind of outside of the USA system, which is in Southern California, of course. They have a coach that doesn't typically travel with them, so they're very autonomous. It's a very impressive duo on so many levels.
Chopped over the top of the block. Drew Hamilton bringing out several college stars during the summer to train alongside TKN. They said, we understand maybe it's not the highest level in terms of training partners. However, we understand what's going to fall on the AVP League and internationally. The standard has been set. A little love for Argentina. I haven't seen fandom like that in the last 24 hours than anywhere else. It was absolutely astonishing. Times Square last night as Melissa Humana-Paredes up and over the top.
Yeah, right now, Melissa is dialed in on what Kristen's trying to do offensively. He seems to be getting a hand on everything, just in the right spots, controlling. Nice set there in transition from Brandie. And just a nice calm put away off the hands of Brasher at the net.
Six of the last 7 have belonged to the Austin Aces as they need to make a move here, trailing by a set.
They do indeed, and maybe that move involves a little bit more of that option play. They've been very successful with that. Credit the serving of Palm Beach, not maybe allowing Kristen to push that first contact up to the net as much as she might like.
Some of the most beautiful hands in the game, Melissa Humana-Paredes. That's the kind of advantage that you will pay big bucks for if you're the Palm Beach Passion, up by 3 on the side switch.
Skyline contest tonight. Here we go. In the most beautiful skyline in the world, let's keep those balls high. Here's the deal, boys. You get 1 shot. Send it high, make it go in the court, and we'll let the crowd react and tell us who the winner is. We're going to start not with Ed. We'll tell you about Ed later. Anybody, step on up. Let's go. Let's go. Pink shorts, pink shorts. Okay, that guy, that's fine. The pants, let's go. Let's make it happen. Yes. Yes. Oh. Oh no. It was out. Crap. All right, here we go. Next. Yes, that's not out. Yes, you're in the lead. Yes, sir. Here we go. Next up. Yes, pretty good. The red hat's going last. Crispy, you're up. Red hat's going last. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Get after it. Yes, sir. Very nice, very nice. All right, let's go. Kiddos, kiddos, make it happen. Yeah, oh my gosh, the no spin knuckleball sky ball. Give it up for that kid, though. That was nice. That was nice. Ooh, thank you.
I don't know how you couldn't be smiling when watching the AVP League. Operation Smile presents the biggest smiles of the day. I mentioned the word chaos. Well, there's typically a little chaos taking place on our sands. Everyone having a good time and getting in the mix. I'm surprised Keith Freeman isn't out there. Bobby Corvino as well. Thanks so much for joining us here with the AVP League. And of course, hit every highlight with CBS Sports HQ. Streaming free 24/7. Download the CBS Sports app to watch today. In a spectacular rhythm right now, the Palm Beach Passion. They actually took a little time off after their last competition in the AVP League as well as internationally. And it truly has served them well. Melissa Humana-Paredes got to go home for the first time in 3 months. And for Brandie Wilkerson, it was a trip to Saint-Tropez. A little time to work on her French alongside her boyfriend. But they talked about just the need to have a little bit of a reset. It was planned, and ultimately they have found a rejuvenated sense clearly with the 3-point advantage here in the second set.
Yes, bougie seems like an appropriate way to describe a trip to the south of France.
I know, I was a little jealous.
Well, whatever they did, it has served them well because they're playing some great volleyball thus far in this showdown.
Let's take a look at the progressive stat pack. We're going to be idolizing that of Melissa Humana-Paredes. The digs continue to climb. Last time we checked in, it was 8. She's now up to 12. 10 kills. She's got a double-double already, the 9th in her career. She's just short of the top of the order on the women's side. Megan Kraft with 10. So the Austin Aces need to find some real points here. You can count on Kristen Cruz defensively. And interestingly enough, Rich, not a single block in this match. We've seen a couple control blocks, but no stuffs. No stuffs, yeah. Everybody trying to work around the big blocks that are on either side in the form of Brandie and Taryn at the net. And the opportunity for the defenders to run down some stuff, and Mel's doing a great job of it. Let's check in with Kevin Barnett. He's got more on the Aces.
You might wonder how the #1 team in the world functions when they're under pressure from a top-level opponent, when they go to the box and have a chance to talk about it. Did they talk about it? No. Almost no words between the two of them, not 20 words each, and then the most that was said was during the skyball serving competition. A quiet confidence on their side. They come out with an immediate side out, and sometimes people think, well, what was the play call? Were they responding to the opponent? None of that. They were going back to the sand with their game, which is the best on the planet.
Yeah, great call. Completely locked in. The goal has always been to focus on their side of the net. And right now they found the much needed side out.
A little mind meld on the side of the Austin Aces. When you're confident and you're extremely talented, there's no need to panic.
Great communication from Palm Beach. You hear the call from Melissa Humana-Paredes in the backcourt. We mentioned his name earlier. He's been on the sand plenty today. Keith Freeman, the chairman of the AVP. He's the man that's brought you this fun league now in its 3rd year.
Can't see the top knot underneath the hat. Got to keep the hair in line for his surfing, he told me.
I just want to know if he picked up the win over Bobby Corvino, our commissioner, as another ball falls for the side of Austin. It's 8-10.
Three on the side out. The Aces
doesn't get more perfect than that.
But Austin need a real point. Siding out is wonderful, but they've got to try and close this gap here. Mel is dialed in offensively, just working the ball both directions. Kind of whatever she wants to do right now is working.
It'll be Brandie. Back serve.
Brandie has upped her service game year over year. She was at .2 in 24, then it was doubled. And now up to half an ace per set, which is huge, as is that block. Brandie Wilkerson with the monster block.
Yeah, you spoke that into existence perhaps, Cam, saying that there had been no blocks to this point. There is a big one for the Palm Beach Passion, a little flex down to her box in the opposite corner.
She'll serve and run to the net. Can she go back to back? think that's the broadcaster jinx.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's like a no-hitter, man. I'm so sorry. I'm going to hear about that one, Brandie. Numbers now 545 and 316. Sort of like a batting average is that offensive efficiency. Take your kills minus your errors divided by your attempts. Gotta love being a lefty. Any sort of collision, though. What'd you see, Rich?
Interesting. They have a case for interference. I don't think it's going to get called. Brandie on her side of the net. But Taryn should be allowed to have kind of a route to play the ball. Let's see if we get a good look at it here. Brandie kind of going through. She's a little bit underneath the net on the follow-through, but she regains her side of the net. Is clean there.
Palm Beach Passion just 2 points away. The Austin Aces winning 6 of the last 7, 6 of the last 8 since the Olympic Games. Another quick touch. You need a little magic from the magician, and she's walking back to the service line.
Yeah, we've seen plenty of magic out of this duo, but they're going to need something particularly magical here if they hope to get themselves back in this match.
Ticks the top of the net. Plenty of space to work. Finding the seam. Precision.
Yeah, that is a good aggressive swing from Melissa there. Tough position against Kristen Cruz. Hard to put away. As you mentioned, precision.
Last time Humana-Paredes and Wilkerson beat TKN was September of last year. Now at a match point. Not so fast. The side out, all they need for the Palm Beach.
The task is tall for Austin right now. They need 3 real points. They haven't really been able to come up with any thus far in this second set. It's been all Palm Beach.
Melissa Humana-Paredes has seen the bulk of the side out. Another match point opportunity. And Wilkerson will get a shot on an open net. Straight sets for the Palm Beach Passion.
And that will do it.
Time off did them well. Cam, they came out and were excellent today. We talked about execution being pivotal at the top of the broadcast, and nobody executed better than the duo in pink right there. Palm Beach Passion, fantastic today.
A remarkable number as a team hitting 583 in straight sets. The Palm Beach Passion find their final win in the AVP League season. They'll close out a team record at 6-2. Will that be enough for a 1 or 2 seed into Chicago?
Now you have to think it's going to be up there. Give them a good shot.
The Palm Beach Passion have finished up the regular season. We can't wait to see them on the shores of Lake Michigan. We'll get a chance to catch up with our winners on the other side of this break.